And I want to let the public know that the United States National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, the NOAA, Climate Prediction Center, says that there is a 70% likelihood of 10 to 16 named storms, making it most likely a near normal hurricane season this year. 4 to 8 of these storms could become hurricanes, including 1 to 4 major hurricanes of category 3, 4, or 5, with wind speeds of 111 miles per hour or even higher. So I'm taking this opportunity to remind the St. Martin public to make the necessary preparations for the hurricane season. Advance planning by making sure hurricane shutters and windows can close properly. Checking your roof means that you have less to do when the hurricane is knocking at your door. We do hope that this will not be the case. Therefore, we need to be prepared. One of the other things that people need to do is to trim trees around your property and get rid of unnecessary loose items in and around your yard that could become a hazard to your own home, but also that of your neighbors. Use your time wisely and therefore get prepared. The season has already seen the formation of a third storm system that carried the name Colin. A busy season has been forecasted, and that means everybody has to do their part in ensuring that St. Martin is prepared. The 2016 hurricane season, just like every season actually, runs through November 30th of this and every year. Last week, you can recall I mentioned or reminded people that in 1995, we've had about 2 to 3 false alarms, so to speak, and people felt no big deal. It will be another false alarm, and it was not. It became the largest hurricane to hit St. Martin in many, many years. And we don't know what this season holds. We don't know what the future will bring. But we do know that we live in a hurricane zone and that the hurricane season has begun.
Life is a journey full of connections. You're in safe hands even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Tell when you want more.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
I think what the University of St. Martin is experiencing now is a renaissance, you would call it, the rebirth of the University of St. Martin. And we're trying to make our mark internally here on St. Martin, but also externally in the wider world. And I will explain what we're trying to do internally, the mark that we're making, but also that externally to the outside world. Now, internally, I think no one in St. Martin can say they do not know what SHELL means. School of Continuing Education and Lifelong Learning. Now that the director of the SHELL, Dr. Natasha Gittens, has created a set of programs that caters to the business sector of St. Martin and to the professional development of every individual. That is vital and important to enhance our customer service, to enhance the leadership skills, to push for women's emancipation in the business place. So that's one way we're making our mark. When it comes to the young men and women that have not been given sufficient chances to actually get an academic degree, we have started the pre-USM. And what I now notice is we're in the second year, and amazingly, I got an email from the Center of Rural Development, an NGO in Costa Rica, that got an assignment from the European Union to actually do a survey on all the small and micro businesses here on St. Martin. They did not choose to work with the Department of Statistics. They said, let us work with the local university. And the students that we chose, handpicked to actually conduct that survey, they are students of the pre-USM, students that many persons would have said, oh, they are students that are doing the TKL or PKL. We don't believe they can do so. They've gotten that rigorous training, and last week and this week they will be going to all the businesses with that survey, surveying the businesses. That the data will go back to Costa Rica. A report will be written, and that report will go to the European Union so that funding can be made available for micro and small and medium-sized businesses on the island. We've seen that some students of the USM, for instance, the former student of the pre-USM, Miss Alexandra Bailey, and I think we have to be very proud of her. She actually went to the Medgar Evers College in New York, and she won a debating contest. A girl that everyone would have put in a particular level, she climbed up, did her pre-USM, passed. Now she's a liberal arts student, and she goes to the US and she wins a debate together with a GED student, Dwayne Griffith. That, I think, is what St. Martin needs to realize, the potential of the youths here. We all speak about the environment and how important it is to recycle. I think human recycling is just as important. Not because the first chance you actually had, you wound up in the PKL or TKL, means that you should not be given a second chance to show that you actually have what it takes. And that, I believe, is taking place right now. Now, the third thing that I would say in making our mark internally is that the USM participated with the Department of Public Health, the Observatoire on the French and the Dutch side of the island, to actually do the health survey. How healthy is St. Martin and Saint Martin? This is historic because this is the first time in the history of the European Union that an overseas country and territory, St. Martin, and an outermost region, Saint Martin, have worked together and have worked together successfully. And that health survey will allow policymakers on the French side of the island and the Dutch side of the island, or the northern and southern side of the island, to actually make policies for health that are based upon fact. Now, we did that together with our partner, the University of the Virgin Islands. And that's the last thing in making our mark internally. There are many persons who will not get study financing. And there are many persons who do get study financing, but they want to remain on the island. Now, through the UVI at USM, persons can remain on St. Martin and get that same North American accredited bachelor's and master's degree. Remaining here, they get professors from the University of the Virgin Islands together with qualified professors of the USM. They fly over, those of UVI, every week, and they give courses to St. Martin students. So we have a master's degree in education taking place, we have a bachelor's degree in education with UVI at USM, and we have a bachelor's degree in business management. And this year we're planning to actually roll out, once we work diligently, one on social work. So like that, you see the USM is growing internally and taking better care of the population of St. Martin.
Shell was established for the business community predominantly on the island of St. Martin. And what that basically means is that we decided that there was definitely a need for training and development within organizational institutions. So we decided to develop a program where we customize all of our trainings to meet the needs of organizations. For example, customer service, supervisory skills, leadership skills, public speaking, and things of that nature. What we do is we go into the institution, we don't order any of these trainings from abroad, and we customize them based on the mission, the vision, and the value system of the organization. The majority of our relationships commence in the HR department, and then we go from there into the leadership, the managing directors. But what we basically do in a nutshell is that we bring two individuals together, the employees on the front line, the human resources and the manager, and then Shell comes in and makes the beautiful matrimony. So we are able to identify what the employees want in terms of training, and then we couple that with what the HR and the leadership wants. Once we go in and deliver the trainings, we evaluate every single one, and we have about 15 instructors that are employed by Shell that have a variety of backgrounds that we call expert industry leaders in a variety of different focus areas. They also are responsible for writing the trainings for the organizations so that we make every different training unique to the specific organization. There are no duplications.
And how is that going so far? Is it really working out well?
Yeah, it's working out wonderfully. We started Shell in 2015, August, and we are not even a year yet. That will be August 1st of 2016, and we have some of the biggest contracts on the island. We are currently in our 6th month of a project that we are doing with the Port of St. Martin, where we're helping them with all of their skill set in terms of their value systems. So anything from customer centricity to team building to teamwork, and that's a year-long program. We have just completed another week-long program with SNV, which focuses on leadership, customer service, and the appreciation of clients. We have now launched several unique programs with Shell that are very corporate responsibility driven. We feel at the university that we have an obligation to educate the community and also enhance their understanding of things that will make us a better island. So we recently just established ASAP, the Academic Success Abroad program. That program is to support the Ministry of Education as well as the entire island on preparing students to enter a university or college, as well as going abroad to Holland or the United States. In addition to that, we have connected an online community so that when the students go through this program, that's just not the end of it. We allow them to be able to go into this online learning community from wherever they're located in the United States or Holland or even on island and talk about their day-to-day experiences. And then we have counselors that will be a part of that site who will direct them to areas or different departments at their school location that will support them through their journey. So we're very proud of that. In addition to that, we've also established Youth Professional Network, which is a program that focuses predominantly on building male enrollment at the University of St. Martin. And I am very proud to say that we will be actually allocating 4 scholarships in August to send 4 males to University of St. Martin for their first semester. But we haven't finished yet. We continue to develop programs that really fit the needs of the community, and women was a very specific area of concentration for me. So I founded Women's Island Network. And Women's Island Network collaborates with some of the most intelligent women on the island who come together on a monthly basis and focuses on ways to empower women in their day-to-day lives, how to support their motherhood and their ability to be leaders within their organizations, but most importantly, to support us by sending other women of diverse backgrounds back to school in terms of the University of St. Martin or UVI, in addition to colleges or universities that are not on island. So we're very proud that we've taken a real role in not only being a university that's strong and making progress, but also looking at the community as a whole in terms of traditional information that should have been disseminated maybe times before, that we're really bringing to the forefront to help wake up the community and make us a better area of understanding for all.
Oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you Be Sure? Be Sure.
Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you Be Sure? Be Sure.
Yeah!
Here we go. This is freedom, this is life. Happiness is all I'm seeking. Carpe diem, I'm seizing every day, not just the weekend. Here's to all the good times that have come to last. Here's to living in the now.
When you can afford what you crave, life just gets so good.
Alive and I'm feeling good, so good, so good, so good. Hey, I'm gonna live my life, feeling good, so good, real good, so
KFC, so good for everyone.
These are the doors that never close. These are the hands that make a difference. These are the walls that could tell countless stories of helping and healing, of storms weathered, of change and growth, of a place where life begins, where hearts are mended, and where hope grows stronger. For more than a quarter of a century, the physicians, medical professionals, and staff of St. Martin Medical Center have combined advanced medical technology and compassionate care to bring a world of medicine to our friends, neighbors, and visitors to the island of St. Martin we all call home. As proud as we are of what we have accomplished, we believe there is still much work to do to continue a proud tradition of providing everyone in our community with the latest technology, the best medicine, and the most exceptional care. St. Martin Medical Center, celebrating 25 years of serving, caring, healing.
The overall nationwide average of all 4 subjects is 58%, which is up from 2015, which was 55%. The nationwide average for general knowledge is 57%. 2015 was 51%. The nationwide average for mathematics, 62%. Last year was 55%. The nationwide average for English is 72%, with the best performance per subject, and last year was 67%. Dutch average, however, is this year 43%, while last year it was 46%. So in general, the scores improved compared to last year, except for the scores on the Dutch exam. On May 22nd, schools were provided with the various reports. The students with the highest overall scores and students with the highest scores per subject will be awarded by the minister, by my person. So on June 25th, there will be an award ceremony for these students. Together with their parents, of course, school teachers, managers, they will be receiving their rewards. As ongoing for years, actually, we've been looking at the quality of education, but of course, lately, with all the last grievances and complaints coming from various levels within the community, including teachers, including parents, the ministry has been working at improving its responsibilities in terms of quality inspections. As such, a proposed framework of quality inspections in education has been presented to me by the Inspection Department Division. It is the building on the foundation laid in the times of the Netherlands Antilles for quality care in education. The philosophy is that quality care in education is dependent on structured cooperation between government and schools, and the monitoring part is built on 2 pillars. 1, internal self-evaluation by schools, and 2, external monitoring executed by the Inspectorate of Education. Under the internal self-evaluation, which we expect schools to carry out, will be that the schools evaluate their own performance. This would, of course, be the responsibility of the school boards and the school managers. They would have to make and execute action plans to improve weak areas and safeguard strong areas. It is not a new fact, before going into the external monitoring, that every year after these exams and after regular inspections which have taken place over the past years, the school boards, the school managers do get feedback from the government in terms of what needs improvement, etc. However, we would like to step that up. And as such, on the external monitoring executed by the Inspectorate of Education, 3 points will be highlighted: monitoring and enforcing the abidance to laws, monitoring the quality of education, and stimulating a higher performance. The external monitoring will be further established by law in 2016-17 through an ordinance on educational monitoring. This law will refer to the new framework consisting of 7 inspection cards. 1, output; 2, educational process; 3, quality of teaching; 4, student care; 5, quality care; 6, compliance with the laws; and lastly, management. So all these 7 aspects will be part of the inspection cards. Each card has several performance indicators which will be checked. Schools can be scored either poor, insufficient, sufficient, or good on these performance indicators, resulting in a final score per inspection card. There are similar but separate sets for both primary and secondary education. Currently, the framework with the 7 inspection cards and performance indicators are being discussed within the stakeholders in the educational field. Discussions within the ministry and with the school boards have already taken place. There will be a workshop on June 14th with the school managers, and on June 22nd, that one is with primary education, and on June 22nd with the school managers in secondary education. After that, of course, more consultation rounds will be planned, also with the care personnel, the coordinators, and the teachers. This is to ensure that all who are involved in the process of education are aware of what is expected. Many times we have heard questions from teachers, yes, inspectors coming to my classroom, but what are they coming to inspect? So then everyone will know it will be totally open door, open cards policy in the sense that we are coming to inspect the quality and the teachers will know exactly what they will be judged on. As before, the consultations will continue after the inspections with the school managers, etc. But then an action plan would have to come out of that if something is noted that needs improvement.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
That basically indicated that the government was facilitating human trafficking, and at that point a small team was put together under the Ministry of Justice, and they were going to look at an alternate method of how to regulate the commercial sex workers. So the Ministry of VSI at that stage really sort of left, sort of stepped away from the process in that if it was going to be handled by an economic permit from TIAT and from Justice, Ministry of VSI's only role in that sense would be from a health perspective, how to ensure that proper checks and balances are in place. But with the recent court ruling, I feel that this has been somewhat thrown back into the lap of VSI at the moment. And so we're starting with doing a little bit of research in terms of what options are. Again, I don't believe it's necessary to reinvent the wheel. Curaçao, Aruba, Bonaire, they all have commercial sex industry there, and so we're looking at how that's regulated. And as a matter of fact, as a starting point, I have a report, the situational analysis of Aruba's response to human trafficking. It's a 100 and something page document, so I don't believe we need to reinvent the wheel.